let me welcome you. It was such a surprise. I didn't know that you were here in New York. You called me from Delhi, and I thought you are one of your regular calls. When you told me you're in New York, oh my God, I was so excited. And now I'm doing this interview with you. You did my first book launch at the Lahore Literary Festival, and now this. So
thank you for welcoming me at home.
Oh,
this is home for me.
This is always welcome. It's wonderful.
Now, the book, how did it come to be? What's the story? What's the raz behind the book?
The story behind the book, you have a lot to do with it. The day you called me, the night before, Kamal Asghar from Pakistan was visiting us. He was at that time Governor Singh, and his wife Nahid Asghar, who are both authors. He's written books on politics, she's written books on handicrafts, so both are very much into books. And all evening the talk was, Marina, why didn't you write a book? I will help you, I'll get you all the materials from Pakistan, everything you want, just slides I will get you, just do it. But anyway, again, I always thought I never really had it in me. I was not a writer. I never thought on those lines. Anyway, that was the first time that I was seriously something was going to happen. In life, I think what is meant to happen ultimately happens. So, and then all evening that happened. Next morning at 8 o'clock you called me and you said, I'm taking you to CIA. I said, what is this CIA? You said, this is the Culinary Institute of America. And you have to come, it's all set up, your name is there. I put your name, I put Pakistan there, and you're going to be representing Pakistan. I thought, my God, that's incredible. But I still didn't know what was happening. And she said, I've also got a ticket for Shaukat, he can also join you. So both of you come, it'll be a vacation, plus you'll enjoy it, just come. So I got there, you managed me, and there's one stage performance where I was so nervous, but anyway, you somehow again, you managed the whole thing. And when I was getting off the stage, there were 3 publishers who were waiting for me. They seriously wanted to talk to me about doing a book with me. I mean, this whole thing was overwhelming because the book, the idea, the night before Kamal and Nahid, the next day suddenly I find myself in the Culinary Institute. I mean, this whole thing was like, it was something that I just don't know, it was something that's happening around me. Then one of them came from Chicago. I invited them for dinner. I got Shaukat to convince them that, look, she's not ready for a book as yet. So the whole thing just fizzled out. And then came COVID. And my son, daughter, and Shaukat and I were sitting and chatting. All of them said that, look, why didn't you write this book? And I don't know why suddenly, all this time I never even thought about it. And suddenly, that's when the time I think was right, I decided to write. I started writing, it wasn't getting anywhere, it wasn't just going, but I didn't give up. Suddenly it gelled. And so there is that you are invited. That's the story of thing. But you have a lot to do with it. And the fact that you took me to the CIA, every time I have to write a CV, and I put CIA there, and you put Pakistan there, I tell you it was just amazing because CIA is like the Harvard of the culinary world. So to have that I owe it all to you, Suvir.
You're too kind.
I have to tell you that event was so impressive. When you did the stage show, I was taken aback. There were almost about 200-300 people from the food industry, all kinds of vendors and cookbook publishers. And for 3 days they were there. It was really something. And this was in Napa, which is the main school there. They have one here, CIA, in New York, upstate New York, and I've been to them, but it's on a much smaller scale. But Napa was, and even being in California, it was just, those 3 days was, I was completely blown away. But anyway, it was just, thank you so much again.
So I've been wanting to ask you, and when we were at the Lahore Literature Festival, Sunita Kohli from Delhi asked you about Dr. Deep, this incredible healer. What is the story behind him spending months and days and weeks in your home in New York? Tell us more.
Well, Dr. Deep is a healer. He was introduced to us by our Muslim friends from Dubai, who is very close to him, and he heals them. Asked that he's coming to New York and if we'd like to host him. And I said absolutely. But as far as Deep is concerned, or any of my I'm a spiritual person, I'm a religious person, and I think anybody who's spiritual and religious, they have to be tolerant, because all our religions teach us to be tolerant, to be human, to accept each other and to learn from each other. And Deep has been a great influence in our lives. He's a healer, and in fact, since he's come, a lot of things that were not moving started moving. Whether it's coincidence, whatever it is, I give him the credit for it. But it's basically just a question of your own self, how you connect to people. And are you going to constantly look at the toxic side of people? You're going to invent in your mind that that you don't like them because of something which is so irrelevant, or you're just going to like the person because the person is a person worth living.
So Marina, you are the epitome of Pakistan. In you I see an ambassador, an official ambassador of Pakistan. All of Pakistan convenes at your home in New York, in Lahore, in Karachi. You rule as a Pakistani. How is India such a big part of your life? You come to India, people know you. I go across India and people know Marina Farid. How did this happen?
Suvir, you know better than anybody that the fate of a nation and the mood of its people are defined by the leadership, and particularly when we are in our own countries. Tensions are different and people have to behave differently. But on neutral grounds, whether it's London, Paris, New York, Washington, Singapore, Indians and Pakistanis live like families. They're working together, they work in the same companies. It's because the culture, the history, there's so many other things bond us so organically that it is very difficult to separate us. It's politically engineered, is different. When we just got married and reached Madrid, this was the first cocktail that I was going, I don't remember which embassy, and it was very elaborate in those days, between 70 and 74, entertaining in Madrid, it was very elaborate. Shortly I entered, and there was the number 2 from the Indian embassy. He was a Sikh, and his beautiful Sikh wife. They were standing there. In a room full of people, we made eye contact. And then we became good friends. And then in 1971, war broke out with Bangladesh and all that. Political distance happened. So this game happens at a political level all the time. Talking today, you ignore each other the next day. Those are different. But at a personal level, I have never had a problem. I've been here in New York, my book is full of them. Every day I meet more and more and more people through my friends, existing friends. It's been a pleasure. My father also kept up with all his friends he made in London. P.N. Husker used to be in Indira Gandhi's office at that time, but they communicated. I have got one letter from the last of the meeting. I have the letter in my book. My mother kept up with some of her college friends in Calcutta, from Lady Brahman College. My father grew up in Bombay. He has his friends. So, it's really about you. If you're open-minded, if you are not hostile by temperament, these things fall into place, and it just makes your life rich. And I think I've had that privilege.